Actually, you know that something good is happening when you don't need anything.
Mm-hmm. And when you don't react or play on the stage of all the characters.
Yeah, it gets a little tricky. There's no doubt what you say is true.
Yeah.
It gets a little tricky because it can transpire that mind says, well, as long as I don't demonstrate reaction, there is no reaction. But the reaction that really matters is movement of mind, kinetics of mind. So the no reaction that really matters is when mind doesn't responsively move in a fashion where it construes that a dual state, an objective state, even exists. I noticed the other day that one of the ways that Nisargadatta describes what brief, ultimately awakening message his guru gave him was, you are myself. The self that is the ultimate self. Myself is what you are. So this appearance of distinction, me over here, you over there, living in the world, operating as component pieces of a world is fundamentally false. Just as all the players on a movie screen, components of a story, are all made up of the same light from the projector. Which completely, in its completeness, it completely leaves mind with completely nothing to do. No reason to exist. In fact, maybe every reason to cease existing.
And as for most of the time, or most people, or myself included in the past, it's like, there's always that question of how, and then that dissolves. And as Nisargadatta said, that I'm knowing and experiencing right now is, it's like the prince who thinks he's a beggar, and you have to be the prince, which is, you are myself.
Yes, and he makes a big deal out of that because the fundamental substantiation of mind is peril, lack, need. Mm-hmm. And so the mind installs itself in the vital, crucial position of being the arbiter and the manager and the agent of engagement with everything that you need to keep and that you need to keep away. And the only fully congruent way of being the truth of the self is when mind is acting as though the self is true. Mm-hmm. That there is no separate me. Mm. Anything else is yeah. I know. Mm-hmm. I know. Mm-hmm. I know. But I act with the premise that it's on the come, mm-hmm. that it's coming someday that will be the fact of my existence. But for the time being, I have to worry about I have to worry about STDs, and I have to worry about my friends, and I have to worry about my bank account, and I have to put gas in my car, and I have to.
And even have to with the spiritual path of awakening. Like, I have to do this, or I have to meditate, I have to... Right. And, even the concept of meditation is not what it really is, because the meditation is, I am self always. In everything.
Right. True meditation isn't an activity of being or becoming. It's a profound, full and complete heedlessness about all the command imperatives that blossom out of the beliefs that you're not the self. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you've ever heard the story of how Gangaji had her acute awakening, but Sri Punjaji just told her, stop.
Yeah.
Completely stop. But meditation is just a sort of a structured fullness of stop. Everything.
I mean, that's kind of the not next as if there's something, but last night Ramana was teaching me while I slept. Mm. And I was actually in India. Mm. It's like the teachings or these, I don't even want to say teachings, like awareness during the sleep state has been so awakening, as having a better understanding of this experience, that last night I got to India and I was in this ashram and recognized that although this experience of awakening is the consciousness of the personality that's unraveling and dissolving is one of like the doership.
Yes.
And so when I got to India in my sleep last night, I like almost was like, what do I do? Mm-hmm. And there was also such the acceptance of spirituality that it felt strange. Like I had to surrender into just being able to sit and meditate. And then Ramana kept whispering to me, like, with every moment, I am self, I am presence. Like, just be with that, with everything. And there was a moment of me trying to figure out where I was going to live and how there was an effort. And Ramana told me, just stop, just surrender. And the moment I let go and didn't try figuring anything out, in my dream, a man walked up to me and was like, I have a house and I need a roommate. Mm-hmm. Would you like to be my roommate? Mm-hmm. Like I could feel the energetic of the effort and the doership of trying to create and trying to figure things out, when in that relaxed, surrendered, nothing state, no planning, no past, no future, was when things just happened.
This is a nice opportunity to coin a phrase, the lacquer. Mm-hmm. Nice because it rhymes with slacker. But the whole existence of mind is a coping contentiousness, mm-hmm. assumption of lack, and striving to remediate that lack. And there cannot be fullness of self-discovery without the disappearance of all of that. Mm-hmm. Mind is the overcomer of lack. And it has to lose all relevance. Because as long as the overcomer of lack is operating in its position of authority, the thing you lack is self. Mm.